Hey guys, B Twice here. Today is Sunday, August 1st. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Today we're going to be looking at the bull and the bear case of PLTR to see where this thing could be going in these upcoming weeks, especially because we have earnings coming up soon. So, with that being said, let's jump into the overview first, and then we'll look at the bull case and we'll look at the bear case. So, going back to all-time highs, we had a cycle wave 1, and then we ultimately pulled down for a cycle wave 2 bottom. We saw a WXY correction where our bottom was found at the 61.8% extension of W off of X. So a very common place to find our wave Y bottom, which ultimately ended up being our cycle wave 2 bottom. So now let's jump into the monthly, and we're going to look at the bull case first and talk about how that looks, and then we'll look at the bear case. So let's look at jump to the 3 months, see what that looks like. Let's go 6 months. Okay. So what are the bulls seeing? So the bulls are seeing, so hey, since we had our cycle wave 2 bottom, we had a 5 wave impulse to the upside. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to give us a higher degree wave 1. And then ultimately we had a WXY, so a 7 swing correction down to the basically the $20 mark, and that was our wave 2 bottom. Um, Notice that this wave 2 bottom happened exactly at the 61.8% retracement. So that's a very common, it's actually the most common spot to find a wave 2 bottom. So it is highly likely that this bottom is set, and the bulls are saying it is. So with that being said, let's try to take a look at this impulse that we're seeing. Okay. So now, what are the bulls seeing? So the bulls are seeing that we had a 5 wave impulse to the upside, so a minute wave, a minute 5 wave, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, to give us a higher degree wave 1. We had a zigzag, an ABC correction to the downside to give us our wave 2 bottom. Look at that. It happened to be right at the 61.8% retracement again. So, like I said, the most common place to find a wave 2 bottom. So it is very likely that that was indeed our wave 2 bottom, and that now we're in an impulse to the upside, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if the bull case is correct, where are we going? Well, likely we're going to see an short-term to intermediate-term price target of right around $25 a share before we see another major pullback. Because at that point in time, we're going to hit a wave 5 top, which is going to be another higher degree wave 1. And when that happens, we're going to retrace about 60% of that gain. So we are going to see some upside here on PLTR. If the bull case is correct, and we should be seeing it right around $25 a share sometime in the near future. So that is the bull case. Let's take a look at the bear case. Okay. So the bear case is that, hey, we still had our cycle wave 2 bottom because um, based on how high this wave 1 impulse went up, it would have already passed invalidation. So wave 2 bottom, our cycle wave 2 bottom is set. With that being said, we had a 5 wave move to the upside for a wave 1, but the bears are saying, hey, we did not find our wave 2 bottom yet, so we're going to head lower. What they're saying is that we had a zigzag to the downside for a W, popped up for an X. We had another zigzag down for our Y to give us a higher degree wave W, and that this move where I'm seeing a minute impulse up was actually an A. We had a 3 wave down for a B, and now we're in the process of an impulse up for C before heading lower. It is possible that maybe that this was already C and we're just going to head lower from here, but I think it's more likely that our wave C would end somewhere between 23.47 and 24.8, and then from there that's going to be a wave X, and then when we get rejected at our wave X, it could take us all the way back down to $18 a share. This would still be a valid wave 2 bottom. Yes, it'd be a very deep retracement, but remember, this wave 2 is valid as long as it's above, it looks like 1637 or somewhere in this ballpark. So this could be a complex correction still that we're still in. So you have to be mindful that we are still in this middle ground. Now, with that being said, I do think based upon our retracements that we're seeing that I am favoring the bull count, but you just want to be careful at these levels and be mindful that this is possible. And if we get rejected somewhere up here, or if the company has bad earnings, there's a very good possibility that we're actually going to follow this bear case, and we're going to be heading somewhere down here before we find our wave 2 bottom. So definitely want to be careful around in this stock, and generally you want to be careful around earnings times in any stock. So all right, guys, if you like these videos, go ahead and hit like and subscribe.